Welcome back everyone to the stream. The name's Sir Danny, and we're taking a look at our third best of one today. It will be Hollywood versus Team Spirit. Should be quite the interesting matchup, but it's looking, again, pretty one-sided. Ooh, looks like things have slowed down quite a bit, but look at this. The Team Spirit players that missed the guys connector somehow, and Team Spirit are completely demolished. I mean, there's still a couple guys remaining. About it. Yo, still can do something about it. Someday, last man standing will get the one kill. I think it's gonna be get more as Norman coming from behind. Nogi's gonna get it. Damage being dealt. Stop there from Hollywood. At the same time, Team Spirit as well. Goldie's able to get the one frag, but Dark's here to get another. And I will say this, it's probably going to go in the favor of Hollywood at this point. I doubt if Some Young and Dafkos could do something about it. Darkside, though, is actually going to miss Dafkos by quite a big margin. And even though Dafkos has put himself in a pretty good position, it does look like Trevel and Yo position. They're gonna kill him. Some Young is, well, quite far away from the action, to be honest. He's still not in a position to plant the bomb. First of all, he has to reach the bomb site, which is not gonna be that easy for him. Actually, this is another round for Hollywood. Well, he's maybe not going to be that successful. Hollywood do claim the second. Well, it does look like Team Spirit is just gonna have to be on a full-on eco this time around. Not having anything to work with here, to be honest. The one P250 on Sumdang is the best pistol they got to offer, but not a single smoke or anything from the utility department being purchased. Here comes in Roby. He's doing a pretty good job getting all the frags. Could even get the ace if possible, but yeah, it looks like that's gonna be taken away from him as Luke comes in with the frag. So yeah, in this sort of matchup, well, it does look like Team Spirit does have the proper investment in a round like this. Team Spirit, though, they might have to face some of the Hollywood players quite early on here. If you take a look, it does appear that the Hollywood guys have actually pushed up quite aggressively here. Luke is quite close by. There's also a player towards the fountain area, and overall, Team Spirit is going to have to fight for this very little map control. He might have here. Trevel does spotting out Suffolk. Yes, he does. It's just the problem for him is to track away. He's probably not going to be able to do so, but as Cody picks up one and the second one as well, this does become very possible for Team Spirit to actually lose this round yet again. It didn't look that bad. You know, it didn't look that bad from the get-go. It's just that once we saw Romy and Trevel get those frags, important frags as well, pretty much all offense has crumbled. Sam Young and Coldville, I do like the effort. They're in fact going to try to enter the B bomb site, and surprise, surprise, they might actually be quite successful in doing so because there's only one guy here in the form of Yo. No one's really backing him up here, but now as the bomb is going to get planted, I presume. Now, oh, actually, no, they go for the fake, and that's still problematic for them as they're coming in from behind, picking up the 2 frags, and already Hollywood coming out on top here. And that is interesting to see at the very least. A 4-0 lead here for Hollywood. And Team Spirit, you know, they're undoubtedly the favorites to win this one. The fact that we're seeing Hollywood actually play the way they're playing right now is quite surprising, to be honest. I don't know how long will this good start last for them, but as long as it is, then why the heck not? I think if you're Hollywood, though, you still gotta be careful. You do not want to sleep on your laurels. It's now Team Spirit make the very fast push from them. Romy's gonna get one. In return, Luke with the AWP has been dinked. Has to be now very careful as there are more Hollywood players coming in here. Some guy Young still gonna get into the heck shot. But, I mean, this should be getting together around here for Hollywood. Darkside with one, and presume the second one will become by Young. He'll get one. Yeah, a 5-0 lead for Hollywood right now is looking very nice. Is being Overpass, arguably Overpass being the more better map in that regard, the more favorite map for the CTs. So far, so good for Hollywood. Now we are going to be seeing Team Spirit on the proper buy. I don't think they're going to be caught out as easily as they were in the first gun round. I think Team Spirit is going to be a bit more careful this time around. Oh, that's actually good. That's actually very good. Hollywood, they still commit to the B push, even though there was a Molotov thrown out towards short. That is the reasoning why Darkside doesn't have the most amount of HP on him. But at the same time, Hollywood, look at them. They've acquired this map control. They're going to continue on holding. In fact, Team Spirit are gonna... Oh, that was not supposed to happen as Dafkos hits Dima in the leg. And I guess we could say in the calf, to be exact. Yeah, but yeah, either way, the damage has been dealt. And I did want to say one very simple thing is that Team Spirit is really respecting their opponents. They're not going for any sort of fast plays, but look at Hollywood. They've aggressed. They are playing quite aggressive towards B. Yeah, they've actually pushed all the way from Monster. And right now, if you're Team Spirit, you're going to have to be very careful. Well, Sotvik wasn't. He thought the flash actually should have forced out the Opera out of position, but that was not the case. Luke was still standing there. And so far, so good for Hollywood. Team Spirit are just completely crumbling in a round like this. Very weird to note, but that seems to be just the case. Dima's gonna gun down Darkside, and I would say this, as they still have an opportunity. They are on the side. Luke's gets watered out. Good frag for Dima, as now Team Spirit should be in a position to plant the bomb, but they have to cover it, and 10 seconds on the clock. I simply don't think, yeah, they just don't have enough time. That's it. That will be the round for Hollywood yet again, but this time around, Team Spirit gave a bit of a fight. Oddly enough, no pauses are being taken from Team Spirit. They're just going to continue on playing like this, and the fact that Colby and Dafkos still kept their weapons, it does mean for me that Team Spirit are going to have to go for a force fight, but if they end up losing this round, in particular, I think we should start seeing some sort of pauses being taken from their side, tactical timeouts. Because the way things are going, I mean, they're just looking way too good here for Hollywood at this point. But they're going to try to change out the pace. Rush out quite faster towards speed. Dima's going to get one, but that's all he gets. Sunday Young comes in with a backup. Planted or will it though? Darkside doing a very good job. A very good effort from him, but Sotvik's got the angle. Romy won't expect the days. Now Luke is left in this quite horrible predicament. I was very skeptical of this play, to be honest, because what we saw is Dafkos on the op, alongside his teammates, just rushing towards the base side. but they were all rushing from the same angle from Monster, interestingly enough. And you know, the op in these sort of scenarios is not going to be that effective. It does work out, which is quite cool. But yeah, 6-1 now. Yep. Serva, thank you in the chat. You're obviously right because my microphone, it wasn't working. I had it muted the entire time. Well, yeah, that's a bit dissatisfying. Sorry about that. As I've started reading the chat, I only saw Kirillitsa. So I wasn't able to get much of information from that. But thank you, Serva. Yes, I've now unmuted myself. We are able to come back into the game here, and so will Spirit, I presume. Because right now they've got 2 rounds in a row. That is looking quite good here for the Russian side. Will they be able to claim more? I guess we're gonna have to wait and see, because so far Hollywood's momentum has been stopped in its tracks. Again, Luke is saving the op. I don't know if he's gonna be able to accomplish much in this scenario. We would love to see him to do something for the team. But the problem is he's now relatively by his lonesome. He can easily get caught up by one of the Spirit players, but the good thing for Luke is that there aren't no one coming in from Connector. There isn't someone coming in from Long, from Playground or Fountain, so to speak. So Luke is gonna be able to survive, and this stack, in fact, can actually come into play here. Hollywood, they've still got 4 guys here. Flash is coming in. Treble should come in with the frag, but there's Yoda picks up one with the P1000, and now look at Treble go. Hollywood decimating their opponents, and finally Luke is here. And with a minute left in the clock, there's still enough time for Team Spirit. Don't get me wrong. Dafkos gets one, Sophic as well, and Romy with the USP and the Dream to win this one for this team. Oop. I think he's been spotted though. That's problematic for him. Once the Molotov actually extinguishes, then I guess Romy could try to get the frag, but it's going to be very difficult for him to survive. He doesn't have armor, doesn't have a real gun, and it's going to be 6-3. I don't know, sir, but possibly so, but the thing about Kirillitsa is it's actually used by not only the Russians, but also Ukrainians, I think Belarusians as well, yeah, Belarusians as well, and I think some other nations. It's just, I can't really think about them on the top of my head. But yeah, I didn't really want to imply them that they're Russians. Who knows about their ethnicity? I can't definitely be the judge. I can tell you it. I can be the judge of Hollywood here because so far, I mean, they've been struggling. They've been struggling here. It looks like Team Spirit finally started to get that momentum rolling. And Hollywood right now, I guess it's another save here for the guys. Oh, Luke though, not gonna find anything. Finally comes in with the flank. He's gonna kill Sotfik, but I don't think that's enough to kickstart the retake. Some of the players are way too far to do anything at this point. Luke has got the 8 WP. Probably he's gonna consider saving it yet again. And yes, that is what Hollywood is doing. They're gonna save the weapons. It will be 6-4. And even though Hollywood had that good possibility of gaining that momentum, starting to pick up some of these rounds, things have now pretty much fallen apart. The favorites are starting to actually get some momentum, even though there is a bit of a problem in terms of the way the odds are stationed at. It says that 79% is for Hollywood and 21% for Team Spirit, which is false because the odds are the other way around. And yeah, Team Spirit, they're definitely not the underdogs. Hollywood are the said underdogs in this matchup, but oddly enough, so far the underdog is doing a very good job at winning some of these rounds. 6 rounds in a row to be exact, but that's about it. Ever since then, it's been Spirit picking up 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a position to actually even get more in this scenario, as this first half is still early days for the first half. Flashes do rain in. I would say the Team Spirit, and they're still trying to fake out their opponents, and they've done a pretty good job at it, as they do got 3 guys towards the B side, but Romy is coming in with the flank. That is something they have to be careful about, and Dafkos definitely won't. Romy should win the duel, and he will, in fact. So now, if you're Team Spirit, at this point, oh wow. Look at what they're doing. They're making their way towards the A side. Something is trying to sell the fake by killing Trevel, and he has done so because the bomb is planted on the A side. And even though they've realized it, I think it's a bit too late. Dima, yeah, he hears the footsteps. He definitely hears the footsteps. They kill him, and now Luke alongside Yo in a very difficult scenario, in which Luke says, "I shall save the op yet again for what seems to be the, I don't know, 5th time in a row or something." He's been constantly saving the sniper rifle these past couple of rounds. And I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. In fact, I would argue that's a pretty good thing, for a pretty good trait for an opera to have, that he's trying to conserve some of that money so that his teammates don't have to reinvest that sniper rifle. So hey, yeah, he has been keeping it for what seems to be forever, but that in no way means a bad thing. It does look like he's going to try to play a bit more aggressive towards, again, party, towards the sort of birthday area. But the problem is, you know, even though he has been playing aggressive towards this part of the map in particular, Team Spirit, they're avoiding him completely. They're avoiding Fountain at all costs. They're just going towards B every single time so far. And it has been working out for them. That's the thing, it has worked out for them. Somebody, first man in, gets the 2K, and could go for more. But the problem is, Hollywood, they're coming in. They're going to try to retake the side, even though it's not still in possession of the east side. Dark side, pretty good position. The Molotov thrown out a bit too late. Luke is going to kill Sotfik, and Luke is going to put with the smoke kill Caldi. And Dafkos now left in 1 versus 1 against Luke. Yeah, Luke is quite aware of the positioning of Dafkos. But the problem is, Dafkos, oh, the head's been spotted, and Luke comes in with the frag. Yeah, after Team Spirit's 5 round win streak. Finally, Hollywood is able to break it by picking up a round of their own. I guess we could say it's been a long time coming. But yeah, finally, Hollywood is able to break the streak. This is turning out to be, right now, quite an interesting matchup, I would say. It's still relatively even in this scenario. It's quite hard to say which team has really come out on top. I think the winner of this upcoming round could really determine it, because if you take a look at the money situation real quick, it's not that great for both teams. Yes, Spirit has got a bit more money, but even Hollywood can reset Team Spirit in the first half. That is a possibility. It does look like some of the flashes are being used here from Team Spirit to gather the map control, as really they haven't been going towards the A side for what seems to be now forever. They've been quite scared. I think it's also because of Luke's sniper rifle. He has been the prominent operator. He spots on the two guys. Some Spirit gets the wall bang. Well, pooh, what am I talking about? Wall bang? That was just a collateral. Gets 2 for the price of 1. Very nicely done there by Luke. And already Team Spirit, they have to reconsider their options. Again, the A side. I mean, there's a very good player there in the form of Luke. He's doing such a good job. Oh, and it was also doing a job, pretty good job. That's Romy, of course. Demon now left in a very difficult scenario, 1 versus 4, if you will. But that flash actually works out somehow. But like I said, it's a difficult one because there's very little time on the clock. Romy on the op should and will kill Demon in the end. Yeah, well, it does look like Team Spirit will still make the investment, as they still have some of that money remaining in their bank, but really there's not the most amount of it. Like if Hollywood ends up losing this one, they might have to go for a very shabby buy themselves, but if Spirit ends up losing this one, then Spirit is gonna have to go for what, pistols at the best case scenario for them would probably be those upgraded pistols and maybe a UMP for Colby. That's about it. So this round is quite important for both teams, but more so for Spirit, as they're of course the team that we're expecting to win this best of 1. But the underdog Hollywood is performing out of their minds. Taking Toilet's control. Luke has been quite the problematic player to deal with, to be honest. Towards long, he has been able to do a very good job towards bathrooms. Has also been getting frags as well as towards birthday. The A side is his domain. Team Spirit, they're gonna try to challenge him again. I don't know if that's the correct choice, but it will happen. The push commenced. They still have some of those most remaining. Dafkos though kills Romy in the process, and Hollywood, I'm pretty sure they read the situation well. This is gonna be the A side hit. Flashes coming in. Dark side, he blinds his teammate, but he still gets the frag, which is quite cool. But now look at the rest of the squad coming in. There's Yoka with 2, and Dafkos left in a difficult predicament. Very nicely done by Hollywood, and this is what I was talking about. Let's look at, take a look at Spirit's money. Where is it? It's not existent. They have a very poor amount of money. They shall invest, but it does not look very good. It does appear that Hollywood is doing a very good job in terms of the defense. I don't know how the offense is going to be able to play out in a similar level. I don't think so. We're gonna have to wait and see, but before that, this first Spirit is happening. It's a last-ditch effort for the first half. They're gonna try to make it work. Will it? That's another question. Samda Young is trying to make it work, but now Sotvik and Dafkos left. They're behind the front line because their teammates have done most of the damage, and they're not able to accomplish much. 10-5 is the scoreline we are seeing, and for the people who came here to support Spirit, they must be feeling quite dissatisfied in their team because so far Hollywood is really doing a very good job of just out aiming them. One individual in particular, like Luke, is the one I tout, but Romy as well. You know, he has been having those rounds where he gets 1, 2 frags, and that is also very good to have a consistent player like that. Well, we are going to be switching sides. There's no other way of putting it. And really, Spirit could use a good start. A good start for them is pretty much necessary if they do end up wanting to win this one. If Hollywood is the team to pick up the pistol round, we could see them with already a 30-5 lead in that scenario. I don't know if Spirit's going to be able to make the comeback possible. I will say this, though. For those who recall the first best of one of today, where it was Spirit against Elements Pro Gaming. Yeah, it was Spirit against Elements Pro Gaming. And Elements Pro Gaming were up 13-7, I think it was 13-7. Spirit was on the CD side of Mirage, and EPG was on the T side, and well, they were able to make the comeback. Spirit, they were actually able to win that one 16-14, and what a great job from them. Will it be possible an overpass? We're gonna have to wait and see. As Hollywood, though, that's a bit problematic from Spirit. They have selected the wrong side to go advancing. Is Hollywood going towards the B? That's a gush on Sonvik. He's already quite low in HP. As the rest of the guys, they just don't have to fight Spirit, but they shall. And they're gonna fall, to be honest. Trevel and Darkside doing such a good job here now here on the offense. And look at this. Demon Sumdayang, they're coming in with the fight, but it's a bit too late. Romi's gonna get one and only one, as Demon's still alive, but not long, I'd say. His P2000 skills have proven to be quite valuable for Team Spirit, but having to sit for too long. Here comes the double peak. That is the round for Hollywood. Nicely done. 11-5. That's a pretty good scoreline for them. And not to take everything away from Team Spirit, you know, they still have a chance, right? The chance being, if they win this force buy here, they can still claim themselves a victory, and it would be as if winning the pistol round. So that is quite important for Spirit to win this one. If not the pistol round, then this upcoming force buy. Yeah, it does look like Hollywood is respecting their opponents. Like, no fast pushes, not going aggressive anywhere as of yet. They're playing this one as passively as they could be. Wait, Darkside? I don't know. I'm not sure if he's playing the anti-flash position or he lagged out or something. Oh, okay. Okay, it does look like he was playing the anti-flash position after all. Not to say that there's a very effective, at least I don't know if a very effective flash to be throwing out from something like the B side towards a monster is a possibility to throw it, but more often than not, if you're, say, a T player, even holding this angle like Luke is, you have a pretty good opportunity to just back it away. So there's not really a necessity to have a player playing the anti-flash position, but they still have that in the setup, Hollywood. And to say that it's a bad one, I would disagree. Luke gets the dink on Dima. Well, not necessarily the dink, but the tag on Dima. That is quite good to see. Coley does get the frag in return. And Trevel is a player who is quite low in HP. Coley's trying to go for more, but really, why did no smokes to block out his vision? It looks like the kills will do the rest. Romy coming in with the third kill in the round. Dima is here. Dima gets two, in fact. And even though he is the low HP player, I think Romy's got this one. Romy realizes the approximate position, gets the headshot in the end. That will be a close affair. Oh, I think this is like the third time we've seen BM in this. Yeah, this is the third best of one we're seeing. This is the third time we've seen BM come out from the team that's obviously on top. Spirit did like shooting the bodies of the EPG guys when they were winning rounds. Avantgarde did the same thing against a lesser team like Dream Eaters, and I don't know. I don't know. People don't really like BM, in my opinion. I mean, it's just harmless banter, I'd say. But the one thing that is definitely not going to be harmless is this push from Spirit as it does come through. It's going to be very fast towards the B side. Even though they shall plant the bomb, I don't think they're going to be expecting the players to come out that fast. Look at this. 4 players from the CD side making their way, rushing through Monster. 4 MAC-10s though. The MAC-10s can really come into play here. But they still have to be wary of those pistols. Romy. Got a couple shots here. Boom, boom. Tapping in. Yeah, it does seem to be like a round for Hollywood. There's no other way of putting it. The MAC-10s, in fact, doing all the cleanup, which is quite nice to see. Daft goes with the Galil. Try to do some damage here on the T's, and honestly, if they want to try to run away with their lives, you're going to have to go for Daft Ghost, and he's doing a pretty good job of just holding them down. Overall, quite the expensive round here for Hollywood. Looks like Darkside is going to be able to survive, but yeah, not a bad round for Team Spirit. Yes, that round wasn't that bad, but we now gotta see a gun round victory from a team like Spirit. Otherwise, it could be a rip. You know, just to simply put at it, it could pretty much be a rip here for the guys. You're really gonna have to come out on top here, a round like this, to prove you're still going to accomplish anything. Got a pretty good buy already prepped up. Daft Ghost is on the AWP. But where is Daft Ghost though? Let's take a look at his position. Oh, this is not a bad spot to be holding from. He doesn't see, or he might have seen someone, but Luke definitely spots him out. Very nicely done by Luke. That's an entry frag for Hollywood. With that opener in mind, Hollywood's still got to be pretty careful, especially towards connector. Coldy is holding quite the unusual angle, but Romy's gonna drop, and now they should consider backing away. If you're Coldy and I think that's possibly, yeah, Dima, you should consider backing away because now the B side is being overwhelmed. No one's really watching the B side, and they shall check short, but it's not good enough. Coldy will get 2, but now it's all up to Trevel on the B side. He needs his teammate as fast as possible. That's why Trevel is playing quite passive. That's a very good flash coming in, and now Luke pretty much in a difficult scenario to win this round. Almost goes Dima with the nade. Well, like I said, this is looking hard for Luke to clutch. Honestly, even if you're Luke, you know, probably saving the AWP would also make some sense, but trying to win the round is also understandable. But yeah, 20 seconds of the clock, the obvious choice. Try to go for a save here, save up the AWP, and allow your teammates to possibly force up in the next round, because Luke, he's got a money to drop an AK-47 for somebody. So, yeah, probably are going to be seeing a force buy from Hollywood at this point. 13-5. It's now going to turn it 30-6. And they do claim the first gun round for Spirit. That is nice. That is obviously nice. Okay, apparently I was wrong. I was expecting to Hollywood actually go for a straight up force fight, but apparently I'm wrong here. Trevel and Co. I will admit though, they're doing a pretty good job as just sending in the pistols, trying to clear out some of these angles, which is something Luke is also doing here towards long. It's just that they're not going to be able to accomplish much. I do want to see Luke be the first man in and try to get those early engagements. Luke has been boosted up. You can actually see something here for the flower pot, but Daft Ghost is still going to get the frag, oddly enough. Even though the lineup looks very sad, but it's just not meant to be. But, I mean, even though the op has been dropped, Darkside can try it out. You know, he can try to get the frag here right now. Not sure if he's going to be successful, though. Just like Trevel wasn't that successful towards bathrooms, but he could and probably will give it a shot. Ooh, goes for the insta white peak, and that was a mistake. And yeah, I mean, probably should not have expected too much from Hollywood. After all, they only had, what, 4 guys on pistols, without armor, Luke on the AWP, which is nice, but still, nothing really to boast about. Now we're seeing Hollywood back on the proper investment again. I mean, the fact that they have Luke on the op, I really don't want to be seeing them rushing out fast monsters like we saw Team Spirit do. I want to see them utilize the op. I want to see the op try to take some early of those engagements like we saw Luke try to kill Daft Ghost. That was a pretty good angle to take. It's just that, oddly enough, Luke wasn't able to fire off the triggers fast enough. Okay. Looks like Hollywood is about to hit this B side. That's what I'd say. Oh, Sotvic does get intel. That there's at least 2 guys there. Could go for the wall bang. It's just that he wasn't really that successful at getting the frag. But yeah, all in all, this is looking like Hollywood trying to make your way on the B side. They've got 3 guys here at the very least, and I think also towards heaven, so they have to be very careful here to Hollywood as they're making their way. They're throwing up guys, they're throwing out utility. No flashes, no nothing, and they're making the push happen, and it's looking quite good for them. Dima's gonna fall. Now it's a 1 versus 1. Romy versus Dafkos. Dafkos been spotted out. Romy's still got the bomb on his shoulders, so he has got a lot of opportunities in a round like this. Looks like he's just gonna go for the straight up wraparound. Will he though? Decent amount of time left on the clock. Romy though. Ooh, the timing is perfect for Romy. Now he's in a position to plant the bomb. Not only that, he may just be in a position to actually kill Dafkos. Does commit to the plant. I think he shall try to wide peek Dafkos because he's still expecting him to have the sniper rifle. But Dafkos changes things up. He's got the M4 now, and Romy, he's got a very good angle as well. Not sure if Dafkos is gonna check it. Oh, Romy, no, he spots him up, but he can't let the shot. Has to land now, but he won't. Dafkos will win that engagement. And, wow, that was a very close affair at the end. 13-8 right now. That's what I said, you know. Team Spirit may not have had the best of a start on the T side, but on the C side, they're the sort of team that can grind out those rounds. So if you're Hollywood, you have to be very careful about that. Well, it does look like the boys here at Hollywood are gonna have to rock the pistols themselves, as they simply don't have a lot of money for the investment, as well as Sotfix M4 doing most of the damage there. It doesn't look like Team Spirit are gonna be having an easy round here. Or maybe, okay, maybe it might be even easier than I have anticipated, as the guys from Hollywood have now been softened up quite a bit by the nades, by the weapons, as Trevor can't do too much. Yo is the guy that's got the most amount of HP, but yeah, not sure how successful will this be. Okay, Luke is able to cut out some Young, who wasn't expecting someone to come up from behind, oddly enough. Oh, okay, Cold is gonna kill Trevel, and for me it does seem to be a round for Team Spirit at this point. There's nothing much Luke can do, even though he did get the initial frag, but that'll be about it. There we go, a round victory here for Team Spirit, as it is 13-9. Things are looking better and better for Team Spirit. appears that Hollywood already, I mean, they're not going to be going for fast plays as of yet. They're going to try to respect their opponent's team spirit, and on the other hand, Team Spirit is going for the faster plays. They're in fact pushing up here towards B short. Coldy may not expect it, but once the doors do open up, oh no. Oh no, yo, that's a perfect flash being thrown out. It wasn't really that necessary because I don't think he would have had enough time to react. And this is turning out to be quite the problematic T side for Hollywood. As the guys at Team Spirit finally sort of get their grip here, even though it took them quite a long time to do so. But yeah, they're finally turning up, and if you're a team like Hollywood, you're not satisfied with the results. The slightest sway of the imagination. 30 seconds on the clock. It's still a 4 versus 5, which is quite doable. Darkseid's gonna push in through the Molotov. Samdar Young, though, he's alone here, and he's gonna get the frags. And Romy quite in a horrible position. Oddly enough, they don't check in, and Samdar Young's gonna get the third. Nicely done by Team Spirit. But now it's only a 3-round difference. A 3-round difference between the two respective teams. Cool. It's actually quite cool. Ooh, and this is the problem, isn't it? This is the problem for a team like Hollywood. You might be able to win one round or lose in this scenario, and because you have the maximum lose money bonus, you still don't have enough money to invest. Which does mean you, say, get a partial buy in one round, get the gun round, you lose that points, and the vicious cycle repeats. That's just how it is, and, well... Okay, he's gonna get one frag. Yellow's also gonna be able to pick up one, but it seems to be all the guys from Hollywood able to accomplish. Okay, Yo is proving me wrong. But that will be the round for Team Spirit, as expected. Okay. Well, Hollywood, again, we're seeing Yomp in the hands of Luke, but the one thing I do want to notice is that he hasn't really been successful with the sniper rifle. There we go, flash coming in. There's a lot of flashes blinding him, but he gets Team Spirit. Dude is continuing with the push, and this push was detrimental. They get absolutely destroyed by Hollywood. As really, that was such a weird push, you know. You had not one, not two, but 3 guys pushing down a monster, and that is honestly the first time I ever see that happen. 3 players pushing down a monster, and no one really coming out from short. That is, wow, that is quite the interesting way to approach a round. Okay, Dafkos is gonna get the obvious pick here in the round. And yeah, it does look like the second half is coming into... Oh! Okay, gotta be careful here. Dafkos doesn't really have to go that aggressive in this scenario. Still, he's got a teammate backing him up, which is nice to see, but you have to be very careful. Dafkos will land the shot, but it won't be the kill as of yet. Molotov, but... wait, what? The Molotov as well as the smoke thrown at the same time. From 2 different players, obviously, but still, bit of a miscommunication there from the guys at Spirit. Darkseid, though, flash it is quite effective for Optimus Prime, but I want to see, yeah, that's problematic for Darkseid, isn't it? As the flash comes in and the smoke isn't booming right in time, it's very problematic. Sophic will get one, but now and called it out again as well from behind. Stuck. That will be 14-12. I haven't really been checking the money situation for both these teams, but what I can tell you is that both teams not doing that great. Team Spirit doing better than Hollywood, obviously, but Hollywood, they only need 2 more rounds, and the problem for them is if they end up losing this round, I mean, they barely gonna have any money at all. That is a very scary scenario in the second half, regardless the game is coming to a close. Not really seeing anyone apparently. Now they're still back at their default that arguably hasn't been that effective. They were able to win those yeah, pretty much that one gun round on the back of Team Spirit making the most weirdest decision ever. Trying to go for that play they did towards Monster, absolutely insane. And so far to say, that's the only gun round they won, the only real round they won. Now they're positioned to win another round here, Hollywood, because Romy is able to get the initial frag. Luke might be successful as he kills Samda Young, and so far so good for Hollywood. The fact that 2 guys die on the A side means that the B defenders have to rotate. At least one of them has to. The rotation has come in. One guy on the B side, that's Davco, or I think that's Davco's indeed. He's doing a pretty good job. Behind Luke somehow misses the shot. This is an opportunity for Team Spirit yet again. Darkside though, he's pretty much stuck on the side. The problem with Darkside is that there's also a player coming in from short. He has to take the fight, so he's gonna stand in the smoke, oddly enough. I guess it's not that bad, but once the smoke fades, that is where problems do arise. And gonna jump down. Darkside probably should have waited a bit more time and then maybe try to go for the jump down. 3 seconds, 2. The Rebels finally get the frag, but Daft goes. He's out of time at this point. Even though he might recover the defuse kit, he simply runs out of time, and I think he's gonna die as well. Yeah, 15-12 apparently. Well, I guess this is a perfect time to get your second gun round in Hollywood. I'll definitely say this, but at this point, at the rate they're going, I mean, it has been really quite lucky for them to get those initial frags. I don't know if this is going to be the case right now in a round like this. Both teams do have pretty crappy buys, I'll tell you that. Both teams do have quite the crappy buys, but interestingly enough, they got 4 guys towards B, and yeah, of course, Daft goes towards the A side with the AWP. Not a bad weapon to be holding from, but that is about it. The early stack there, I mean, not a lot of teams do tend to utilize that off angle, so to speak. They did so, and it's, well, not that bad, I'd say. The problem is right now for Spirit, as they only had 1 guy on the A side. Davco's now being dead. Hollywood will have a pretty good round here to claim, but before they do so, the bomb finally gets planted. The number he's gonna win a very important duel. There finally comes in Yo from behind, and Samda Young alongside Dima. Not gonna have the easiest of game here. Samda Young only with the CZ. Something tells me this is it. Hollywood have done the impossible. The underdog has won. Overpass. I don't know if Samda Young is gonna be able to win this one now. As Darkside comes in with the frag, 16-12. Not a bad game. Not a bad game from Hollywood. This team is turning out to be quite a decent team on CD side of Overpass. Team Spirit, it looked like they were able to make the comeback possible, but at the very end, something was missing and mistakes were made from their part. If they would have won the pistol round, I'm pretty sure our best of 1 looks much, much greater on the scoreline, but so far so good for Hollywood. They claim victory here at the Best.net Challengers Series. That's about it for our 3rd best of 1. Our 4th one is coming up. That's going to be QB Fire against... honestly don't know the team. I definitely know it's going to be QB Fire. We're going to be able to see which team is it, but yeah, stay tuned for that.